Okay, looks like we got Canelo on. Certainly want to welcome everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to this media avail for Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso. I'm Brian Custer. I'm the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. And on November 6th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, history will be made. Canelo, he is boxing's #1 pound for pound fighter. The unified super middleweight champion will face the undefeated IBF super middleweight champion Caleb Sweethand Plant, and really a historic showdown on Showtime pay-per-view. I say historic because the winner will be the first undisputed super middleweight champion in the sport. Tickets for this huge fight on Showtime pay-per-view on sale. They can be purchased at AXS.com. This huge fight is being promoted by Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, and of course, sponsored by Hennessy and Value. By the way, episode 2 of the award-winning All Access series featuring Canelo and Caleb will air this Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. Pacific time on Showtime. So, you know what? Let's get to it because I know you got a lot of questions for Eddie, for Canelo. I'm going to introduce them. They'll give you a statement. And for those of you who have questions, all you have to do is hit the raise your hand icon on the Zoom, and Jane from the Canelo team will unmute you, and you can ask your question. Be brief. We want to get in as many questions as we can. But first, let me introduce boxing's biggest attraction. He is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. He's the unified super middleweight champion of the world. He is Saul Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo, if you could, there are a number of media people here. Just give us a statement on how training's going and your thought on fighting Caleb Plant.
No, guys, I always ready. So I'm ready for the fight, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Fantastic. And how's training going?
Really good. I feel good. I feel so strong, fast, most than ready.
I love it. I was watching the first installment of All Access, and in it, you said you respect Caleb Plant as a fighter, but this fight is personal. Tell me why.
No, because all the talk, all the shit he say, so that's why. That's why he crossed the line and maybe too much. That's why it's personal. But at the same time, is one of the most important fights for me.
Now, Canelo's trainer is Eddie Reynoso. He's the former boxing writer, trainer of the year award winner. He's recently nominated for a national sports award in Mexico. So let me introduce Eddie Reynoso and Martin Bertier, who is on the Zoom with us. We'll do the translation. Eddie, if you could, same thing. Give us just a line about the fight and how Canelo's training's going.
¿Quiere decir algo sobre la pelea y cómo va el entrenamiento?
Pues estamos trabajando muy fuerte, trabajamos para esta pelea alrededor de casi 4 meses, creo. Pues estamos prácticamente listos, ya estamos entrando a la etapa de la velocidad, estamos entrando al peso y estamos muy contentos y ya con ganas de que sea 6 de noviembre.
Martin, sure.
Okay, yeah. So Eddie was saying that they have been training for 4 months, and the preparation has been great. The anticipation is sky high, and they can't wait for November 6th to get here. But they're really happy with how everything has gone so far.
Martin, if you could ask Eddie, he told the media he thought that this fight with Caleb would be a little complicated in the first few rounds before Canelo starts to turn it up in the middle rounds. Tell us why.
Eddie, ¿nos podrías explicar un poquito de por qué crees que los primeros rounds van a ser los que son más complicados antes de que la pelea se abra, cuando la pelea progrese un poco más?
Sí, porque es un peleador que trabaja muy bien las piernas, un peleador que basa sus triunfos en base a estar boxeando, está trabajando todo el ring, tiene muy buena defensa, entonces enfrentar a Saúl y querer salir él al choque sería, pues sería regalar la pelea. Él va a salir a tratar de sobrellevar la pelea, de estar moviéndose en el ring, y es por eso que los primeros rounds se pueden complicar.
Well, Plant is a skilled fighter, someone that works really well with his legs. And in the end, we think that coming out like in a really aggressive fashion in the first few rounds will be giving the fight away. We don't want to do that. We have to be patient and let the fight progress and let the middle rounds come to do what we want to do.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, I know you guys got questions for Canelo, for Eddie, so let's get right to them. Jane from the Canelo team, she will acknowledge you, and you guys can ask your questions. Jane, take it away.
Can we have Dan Radio?
Hello, Canelo. Hello, Eddie.
Hi, man.
Hey. Canelo, my question for you is this. I know you just said that, or that Eddie just said that the fight may be a little complicated in the early rounds. I wonder if you could give me your opinion about what you think is the best thing that Caleb Plant does and the main thing that he brings to the fight that you need to take away from him, to neutralize. And maybe Eddie could answer that question also.
Oh, like I say, he have good boxing skills. He have a good jab, good moves. He knows what he do. But like I said before too, it's nothing new for me. I know what I need to do. I need to be patient, like Eddie say. I need to be patient and pre-rounds, and then start doing my job.
When you have watched him in previous fights, if you have, I think he has a good chin. I don't think he's ever been knocked down as a professional boxer. What is your opinion about that, given the notoriety that you have with your punching power?
Oh, I hope he have a good chin, because he's gonna need it.
Okay, very good. Maybe Eddie could answer that first question, Jane, about what a Plant has that they need to neutralize the most.
Eddie, contanos, ¿qué crees que es la mayor virtud de Plant y qué crees que ustedes van a necesitar neutralizar para así poder ganar la pelea en cuanto a las virtudes de Plant se trata?
Pues la mayor virtud de Plant es la mano izquierda, tiene muy buen manejo de mano izquierda, trabaja muy bien las piernas, es un peleador que tiene muy buena defensa, entonces nosotros trabajamos para tratar de presionarlo, eso no va a ser ningún secreto, vamos a salir en el primer round a presionar la pelea.
Well, Plant has three attributes that we think are his virtues, which is, his left hand, the power he has with his left hand, then his leg work and his defense. But we're gonna do what we came here to do. We're gonna fight our own style and come out and try to win the fight the way we know we can do it.
All right, thank you, Dan. The next person we have is from.
You might want to repeat that, Jane. You cut out.
Diego from Reforma.
Hola, Saúl. Hola, Eddie, ¿cómo están? Oye, una pregunta para los dos. Saúl, ¿te imaginaste, te acuerdas de aquella vez que debutaste en el MGM? Hoy, después de tantos años, ¿qué recuerdas de aquella noche? ¿Qué sueños tenías que hoy tienes, que has cristalizado? Y tú, Eddie, va a ser una noche muy especial también por tu día, ¿no?
Pues sí, la verdad es que desde ahí seguía soñando, ¿no? Con lo que sigo soñando, ser uno de los mejores en la historia, y obviamente empezamos hace 16 años, 17 años ya con esa misma mentalidad, y seguimos pensando, ¿no? Todavía no nos retiramos, queremos ser los mejores en esto y seguir siéndolo, como dicen por ahí, ¿no? Lo difícil no es llegar sino mantenerse, pero creo que las dos son difíciles, ¿no? Son difíciles las dos, llegar y mantenerte, así que aquí estamos y nos faltan muchos años todavía, pero con esa misma ilusión, ¿no? De ser los mejores.
Brian, do you want me to translate?
Sure, absolutely.
Well, the question from Diego for Canelo was, compared to when you made your debut here in the U.S. at the MGM Arena, to where you are now, what balance do you make out of everything that has happened since then? And Canelo answered that, I was dreaming back then and I keep dreaming now. We are never letting our guard down because the tough thing to do is not to get there as much as it is to keep yourself at the top. So we keep working hard and we keep trying to be better each and every single day. We go out trying to get better, and that's the bottom line. That's what I was trying to do from my first fight up until now.
Next up, we have Mark Woodruff.
Canelo, I wanted to ask you about your interest in golf and how much that helps you relax when you're not training. How long have you been playing, and what is your average score when you play now?
I practice every day, and I play the weekends no matter what, if I in training camp or not.
How long have you been playing, and why do you enjoy it so much?
I started 2 years ago, and my handicap is around 9, 10.
Oh, so you that tournament you played in South Carolina, how much was that? Almost like winning a boxing match when you won your
Yes.
when you won your division.
Almost like that.
Thank you.
Hi, Canelo. Canelo, in terms of sparring partners for this sort of fight, who have you got in terms of your training camp in preparation for this fight?
Can you repeat the question?
¿Con quién has hecho sesiones de sparring para esta pelea?
No escucho.
¿Con quién has hecho sesiones de sparring para esta pelea?
Con Ronald Ellis y Rashini Ellis. Son los dos hermanos.
He has sparred with Ronald and Rashini Ellis. They're both brothers, and they have been with him during this training camp.
And finally, for me, Canelo, in terms of looking ahead, is really the fight between David Benitez and Yosi Ozteki, the title eliminator. If you're successful against Caleb Plant, will that be the next fight for you?
Que bueno, la pelea de Benavides contra Ozteki que sucede una semana después de la tuya, ¿crees que el ganador de esa pelea será tu próximo oponente?
Bueno, veremos qué es lo que viene después. Estamos enfocados 100% en esta pelea. Veremos qué es lo que viene después. Si es la pelea que tenemos que hacer después, la haremos sin duda.
Right now, we're 100% focused on this fight. Nothing else crosses my mind. Then, if we win this fight, we will see what happens in the future. If it's the one that we are going to have on deck, we will do it no problem whatsoever.
Next is Chava.
Saludos a todos, ¿cómo están? Hello everyone. Saludos Saúl, saludos Eddie. Felicidades Eddie por la nominación. Te quería preguntar, Canelo, ese fin de semana va a ser muy particular para el deporte mexicano porque no solamente estás tú tratando de escribir tu nombre con letras de oro, sino también Checo Pérez, ante la posibilidad, sabemos que te gusta el automovilismo también, apuestas a un doblete por parte del deporte mexicano ese fin de semana. Sería espectacular e histórico, ¿no? Tener a Checo en lo más alto del podio en la Ciudad de México y a ti con todos los cinturones allá en Las Vegas.
Así es, no, me encantaría que los dos tuviéramos un triunfo. Imagínate lo que sería para México. Me encantaría, y pues obviamente tú saben que soy fanático de la Fórmula 1 y me encantaría que Checo ganara en más, que más que en nuestro país, ¿no? Sería algo grandísimo.
¿Cómo lo has visto a Checo?
Muy bien, la verdad que últimamente ha estado imparable. La verdad que me gusta la manera en la que ahora sí es más decidido, con más agresividad cuando corre, y eso es lo que lo ha hecho estar en los podios.
No sé si Martín quiere ayudar con el... Ajá.
Yeah, sure. I just didn't know if you had a follow-up question to that. Okay, so there were two questions in one for Canelo. We know that Canelo is a racing fan, and it just happens that on Saturday, November 6th, he's not only going to be fighting for the undisputed world championship, but Sergio Perez is also going to be, racing in a very important Formula One fight. And he was asked about how meaningful that will be for Mexico to get like a, 2 wins in one day. And Canelo said that, it will definitely be huge for Mexico to be able to celebrate in that fashion, where both Checo and him get to have 2 great accomplishments. And hopefully that gets to happen so Mexico can have one big party. And then when it comes to why he likes Formula One and why he likes Checo Perez in particular, Canelo said that he is a Formula One fan for sure, and that he likes the aggressive nature that that Sergio has when he drives, and that's what's going to drive him to be a part of the podium, not only this Saturday but in other races as well.
Y para Eddie Reynoso, si existe la posibilidad, Eddie, felicidades por la nominación. Creo que Canelo también debería estar ahí porque lo ha hecho impresionante este último año. Te quería preguntar, cualidades técnicas las tiene Caleb Plant, pero ¿qué rivales han sido, además de Floyd Mayweather, mejores cualitativamente que Caleb Plant para pensar en que no va a haber ninguna sorpresa este 6 de noviembre?
Gracias, Chava, por felicitaciones. No, la verdad, han comentado que el estilo de Mayweather es similar al de Caleb Plant y es totalmente falso. Plant es un peleador más espigado, un peleador más fuerte, pero pues hemos enfrentado todo tipo de estilos. El Landy Lara, que es uno de los más complicados. Al principio de la carrera de Saúl también tuvimos algunos rivales complicados. Tuvimos por ahí a Shane Mosley también. Entonces, hemos llegado hasta aquí porque hemos enfrentado todo tipo de estilos y hemos salido adelante. Entonces, el 6 de noviembre no se va a complicar nada. Vamos a hacer una gran pelea y vamos a ganar.
Perfecto, muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Chava. The question for Eddie was that there seems to be, comparisons between Caleb Plant and other fighters, and the question for Eddie was, besides Floyd Mayweather, who would Caleb Plant be compared to in order to think that he may be, a bigger challenge than you thought in the beginning? And Eddie answered that basically, first of all, the comparisons between Caleb Plant and Floyd Mayweather are totally false, because Caleb is not only taller, but he's stronger than Floyd. And as far as past opponents that may be similar to Caleb Plant and a comparable for Canelo, you can think about Eris Landy Lara, and also in the beginning of Canelo's career, there have been opponents that put up a challenge. You can think about Shane Mosley, for example. But in the end, they don't think that Caleb Plant is going to present, that big of a challenge in the end, where they're going to be able to come out victorious, and they have no doubt about their capability to do so.
Next up is Daniel Blumrosen.
Hola, Saúl, Eddie, buenas tardes. Mucho gusto, Daniel Blumrosen de El Universal. Saúl, preguntarte, ¿qué significa, desde antes de la pelea con Calum, ya lo habías dicho, qué significa para ti en tu legado ser el campeón absoluto de esta categoría, cosa que pocos boxeadores en la historia han conseguido, ningún mexicano? ¿Qué significaría para tu legado y si sería quizá el mayor logro hasta ahora para ti ser el campeón absoluto de una categoría?
Pues va a ser uno de los logros más grandes en mi carrera, sin duda, porque pues nadie lo ha logrado en México ni en Latinoamérica. Sería el primero, y obviamente en el mundo, pues uno de los pocos, porque pocos lo han logrado, y creo que para mí, para mi carrera, será grandísimo esta pelea. Entonces estamos muy motivados por esto. Eddie se propuso esto de ser campeones unificados, y aquí estamos en el camino. Estamos a una pelea más de serlos.
Gracias.
The question from Daniel was, what will being undisputed do for your legacy? And Canelo answered that it will be huge, not only because I will be the first Mexican, the first Latin American to be an undisputed champion in this division, but also to join a select club of fighters all over the world that are undisputed. Eddie and I set a goal in the beginning that the path was to be undisputed, a unification. And we are on our way to that. We have one more fight to go. And if we are able to achieve that, it will mean the world to us.
Next, we have Erica Monta.
Hola, muy buenas tardes a todos, Canelo. Quisiera que me explicaras un poco acerca del proceso que fue llegar a este campeonato indiscutido. Tú lo hiciste sobre todo en el 2018, el primer título, pero de 2020 a 2021 todo fue súper acelerado. Este proceso para ti supongo que es muchísima satisfacción poder enfrentar a tantos campeones en tan poco tiempo.
Sí, pues la verdad con lo de la pandemia paramos poquito más de un año por lo de la pandemia y la verdad es que a mí me gusta estar pues obviamente activo, estar peleando y pues empezamos en diciembre con Callum Smith, tenía que hacer la pelea con Yildirim en febrero para pelear en mayo con Saunders y por eso fue todo rápido, ¿no? Y pues la verdad que yo muy contento, que más que estar peleando, ya estoy en el gimnasio, me encanta pelear y yo feliz de la vida.
Well, the question from Erica, thank you, Erica, was tell us about what the path to this undisputed championship has meant for you. And Canelo answered that, the pandemic, obviously, it made him stop for about a year and he likes to be active. So he's thankful for the fact that starting in December with Callum Smith and, in February with Yildirim, that he was able to get back into things and that yes, things maybe have been a little supercharged, a little fast, but he loves it and he's really thankful to be in the position that he's in right now.
The last question will go to Soichi.
Hi, I'm asking from Tokyo, Japan. Canelo, how are you?
Good, and you?
You are using Japanese boxing shoes, right? Mizuno. You are using Japanese boxing shoes, Mizuno, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
Tommy Hans, Lennox Lewis, Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales use that. Why did you choose Mizuno?
It's so
Who recommended you?
It's so comfortable. So I like wearing Mizuno because I feel so good.
So who recommended you?
Eddie Reynoso was the first person to give me one of that shoes.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for all of your questions. We tried to get to as many as we could. We're going to wrap this up. We'll start with Eddie, and then we'll end it with you, Canelo. But Eddie, if you could give us a final statement to the media on what should we expect on November 6th when Canelo and Caleb get in the ring.
Los últimos pensamientos, ¿qué es lo que pasará en la pelea? En la pelea.
Va a ser una pelea, como les digo, complicada en los primeros rounds, pero después tiene que imponer la experiencia, la fortaleza y las mejores capacidades físicas que tiene Canelo y al final del día vamos a ganar todos los campeonatos como lo habíamos planeado y estamos listos.
It's going to be a tough fight on November 6th. The first few rounds are going to be a challenge, but in the end, experience and skill are going to prevail. And we're going to become the undisputed champions, just like we had planned all those years ago.
Wow. Canelo, same to you. Give us a final statement on what we should expect. What can you guarantee people are going to get when they either buy this pay-per-view or come out to the MGM Grand to see you fight Caleb?
They know what I'm gonna do in the ring, and more with this fight because with something is personal with me is really different in my mind. I have that special thing, so it's gonna be a really good night for us.
Okay, Eddie, Canelo, certainly thank you. And thank you all the media who joined in. Again, tickets for this Showtime pay-per-view event are on sale. They can be purchased at AXS.com. This event is being promoted by Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, and of course, Hennessy and Value are the sponsors. And again, episode 2, All Access, Canelo versus Caleb. It will air this Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. That is also 10 p.m. Pacific time. Now, for those of you members of the media, right now you can also see Caleb Plant's live workout, which is streaming live on the Showtime Sports YouTube channel. So you can go to that right now. Canelo, mi hermano, buena suerte.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ryan. See you soon. Gracias a
See you
todos.
soon.
Thank you,
everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Todos, Erika, Chava, Diego, todos allá en
Thank you.
México.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us.